What do I even have to say about this? Oh my god. Where do I even begin?
That was the most moving prologue. What?
I just don't want this book to end.
I'm so confused, but basically, oh my god. Wait.
Guys, I've waited so long to make this video. If you are not new to this channel, you know that I read Legendborn whenever the heck it came out, and I loved it. I knew nothing about it going in other than it was a young adult fantasy, and it had elements in it that I didn't know that I needed in my life, but it was also so deep, talking about, it had a lot of social commentary, just like a fantastic young adult fantasy novel. And Bloodmarked, the sequel, just came out 3 or 4 days ago, and somehow I haven't read it yet, so I'm very excited. What do I have to say? I so desperately just want to dive in right now that I'm not going to talk too much, but I am going to do a reread of Legendborn simply because my memory is shit. Even if I love a book, I will absolutely forget the plot the second that I finish it. It's an absolute struggle. When I do my monthly reading wrap-ups, you guys have no idea. I'm getting better at remembering the plot, but like still I can now remember the plot for like a week after I finish it, you know? So it's not perfect, but yeah, so I'm going to reread Legendborn so that I can jump into Bloodmarked fully knowing what's going on. But if you don't want any information on the book whatsoever, I would say leave now and don't click on other videos about Legendborn, maybe. But if you want just like a taste, if you're willing, if you want a little bit more than what I went into the book with, little taste. We follow a girl named Bree who is taking part in this university program. So she's technically in high school, but she is brilliant, and so she is part of this program where she can take classes at the university, and I believe it's the University of North Carolina, or it's a university in North Carolina. Things that she's dealing with the death of her mother. That's talked about a lot. That's a huge part of the plot, so just know that. And it also talks about her being a black student at a university that still has statues of slave owners up. So I think that the way that Tracy, the author, molds that into a fantasy was so good. Like, she had, especially as a white reader, the details that she put in, not only was it commentary on living in an inherently racist society, but there were also these details of just like what it is to grow up as a black teenager. So there are these like details that make her so human all around. She just like made Bree such a full character. Like, she just, I really felt like Bree was someone that I could meet on the street. Anyway, she starts going to school. She's dealing with a lot of grief, anxiety. Then she just starts seeing shit. She starts seeing like what can only be described as demons, and she starts being followed by people who have Welsh names. So she gets wrapped up in a demon fighting group that somehow traces back to King Arthur. And when I understood the connections to King Arthur, I lost my mind, because I like forgot about this, but I had an era in my childhood where I was big into King Arthur. I had this like one book I remember I would read all the time, and so for that to suddenly be referenced in this book, I was like, I forgot how much I loved this. So I loved it. But yeah, I'm really excited to read it again. I've only read it once. I never reread it. So I'm excited to see what it's like on a second read, and I'm so excited for Bloodmarked, because I feel like the way I remember Legendborn ending in a way that it was like, oh, shit's gonna get real now. Like, shit got real in Legendborn, but I feel like the second one is going to take us to like other levels, and I'm so excited. So anyway, that is Legendborn. I said that I wasn't going to have a long intro, and here we are. So I'm going to make tea, get comfy. I'm already in my pajamas. I'll check in when I have things to say, okay? Bye.
forgot how heavy the first 2 pages are. We immediately jump into Bree finding out that her mom has died in an accident, and the way that Tracy writes.
I'm reading at lunch, but I forgot how much I liked Nick. Like, I forgot about Nick as a character, basically. And I forgot that I liked him. Oh my god. Hi, checking in. I am 50% of the way through, and like I said, I forgot how much I liked Nick. Like, I don't know why. I remember him being like an okay character, but like I like him. So there's that. And anything else? I don't know. I love that Tracy explains how, like, any issue, anytime that Bree annoys me, it's made very clear why she's acting that way. She's not just like annoying or angry or like impulsive for no reason, which I really appreciate, because sometimes it just seems like characters are acting silly for no reason. So I feel like Tracy just cares a lot about all of her characters, and it really shows. So yeah, I'm just excited to keep reading, and I will check in probably when I finish. Okay.
I just finished. It's only 11:40. Feels like longer. I think I've been reading for like 4 hours straight. I forgot, no spoilers, how many people die. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna read Bloodmarked tomorrow. Bye.
Hi, everyone. I'm about to start Bloodmarked. It is the next day. I tried to take a break and read another book in between because it's going to be due. The library is going to take it away from me. It wasn't good. I read like 100-something pages, wasted a day of reading. I'll talk about that in my monthly wrap up. So now I'm starting Bloodmarked, and it's longer than Legendborn. Legendborn was like not including the acknowledgments. Legendborn is like 500 pages, and this one is 566. I know that this is a trilogy, so I know that this is not the last book, so at least I can go into it with that knowledge. It's funny with Legendborn, I realized I did remember a lot more than I kind of gave myself credit for, but I thought that there were so many, I guess like I kind of embellished some things as I was like remembering it. So I seemed to remember, and this is where I'm going to get into spoilers. So if you haven't read Legendborn yet, this is where I need you to go. I'll wait. Okay, bye. So I seem to remember that like Nick had more of a big anger problem like near the end, and like something about his personality changed, and Bree didn't like that, and that's why it seemed like they had more of a connection. And so it was gonna be like, I thought like, oh my god, she's in love with Cell and Nick is gonna like turn into this bad guy. But like at the end of Legendborn, she was still like, no, I love Nick, I feel so bad for like what occurred and blah 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 blah. Cell totally is in love with Bree. That's fine. I don't know why I felt like Nick had more of like almost like beginning of a villain arc going on, but that on the second read through, I didn't feel that as much. I also just on the second read felt like it went faster. I felt like the action at the end was a lot faster, which, you know, no complaints. It was just faster. And I forgot how many people died. I know I just said that, but holy shit, I forgot how many people died. The cast of Stranger Things would be so proud of Tracy. So that was kind of a lot to take. And anything else that I'm forgetting? No, I will say that even though it was like a reread, the hierarchy system of Legendborn was like a little confusing to me, but I think because Tracy was very smart, because Bree doesn't know anything either. She's starting at the same level that we are in terms of what we know about the world, and so
she gets it all explained to her, and thus the reader gets it explained to them as well. And I thought she did a good job of like making the explanation seem very natural, and I didn't feel, I don't know, it didn't feel like annoying heavy world building. I was still a little confused, but like it got to a point where it was like it doesn't really matter. So now I'm gonna dive in. I'm stoked. Oh, so this book comes with like a little map. Here, I'll show you. Comes with like a little family tree. Okay, that's cool. And then we're gonna begin. Here we go. What the hell? I'm on page 7. That was the most moving prologue. What? God, Tracy is literally a powerhouse. Like the power in, oh my God, I can't wait. Hi everyone, I'm a bit lazy and I don't want to get my camera out, so I'm using photo booth. I'm sorry, but I'm exactly 50% of the way through. I'm on chapter 28, and what are my updates? Okay, I highlighted things. Let me look. Where do I even begin? One thing that I find really interesting is that for me, I tend to really latch on to the romance part of the plot in fantasy novels, and I recently read a duology that I thought had a really wonderful relationship in the first one, and then in the second one, because of the direction the story went, the kind of two love interests had to be separated for almost the entire book, and there wasn't any interaction, and I honestly got bored of the book because of it. But this one is kind of doing the same thing. We're separated from Nicholas, but number one, the action, the political intrigue, all of this stuff going on, so interesting, absolutely carries the plot. Like I'm more interested in actually that plot line, and like I'm still interested in the romance, but like normally the action line of the plot is a little weaker for me. No, I am so into it. I'm so into all of the side characters. Sorry, Nicholas, but like you can stay missing for a little bit. And then we do get like small interactions with them, and I still think it's wonderful. Number 2 is like this book is heavy. Like Tracy is walking this incredibly fine line, and she's walking it so well of like handling these really intense topics, but keeping it so understandable for a younger audience. This is a young adult fantasy, and I just think that if I were a high school student reading this, same age as Bree, like it's real stuff that teenagers have to deal with, and it's so intense, and like I would hope that teenagers wouldn't have to deal with it, but here we are. She's talking about it bluntly, but beautifully, and giving Bree power. Like there's so many insane things going on, but like Bree always has a handle on it, or she always has a way to fight back. And I think that that's just like amazing. Reading it, I'm just like, oh my God. Oh, another thing, like kind of going off of that too, is like at the end of the day, books are supposed to kind of teach us about being humans, you know, how we live, how other people live. And I just think that Tracy's writing so many situations that teach you how to act towards others. So we're talking a lot about grief and understanding grief, and so much that goes on in those scenes is like a manual for people who maybe have grieving friends, how to support their grief instead of just saying, I'm sorry for your loss, right? But it goes so much deeper than that. Like there's so many other ways that like the characters respond to situations in such a good way or in such a bad way. And it's explained not heavy-handedly at all, but it's just explained so well of this is a compassionate, understanding way of navigating this difficult situation, whatever it is. And I just think it's amazing. I just think that this book is so good. I will say, like, again, it's still a little confusing. Just the layers of like the kind of I would say political world. That could just be me. I'm not following 100%, but like anytime I feel lost, it's explained very quickly and like I get what's going on. And I also appreciate that her characters are imperfect. Like there's Alice as a character is like such a badass, such a good friend, really strong, but then when it comes to grief, she does say like, ooh, I'm sorry for your loss kind of thing. Like she is also a teenager. She only knows her experience, so she's kind of trying to do the best she can with her knowledge, and like we're all just trying to do the best that we can. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm gonna go back to reading. I might finish it today. I've been really distracted. I just have a lot of work. So I've just been, and I haven't been working. Let's be clear. I have a lot of work, but I haven't actually done it. It's one of those things where like you put off the 5-minute task, for weeks. I have a lot of those, but I just keep like reading and then picking up my phone and checking random things and, pretending to work, but like just wasting time. And I found that I've been setting my alarm for 10 minutes and I just do 10 minutes of reading. And then when the alarm goes off, I think, do I need to look at my phone? Do I need to do anything? No. Can I last another 10 minutes? And I just reset my timer. That's been working. That's been helping a lot. So yeah, I'm going to dive back into reading. This is so good, and I am not ready for whatever this ending is going to be because it's a trilogy. So how is this going to end? Yeah. Okay. See ya.
I love this dynamic so much.
Checking in. I'm on a walk. I've been on a walk. If you watch my main channel, I go on very long walks, like sometimes twice a day if I need to. And today I went because I just don't want this book to end. I am loving being in this world, and I'm just so loving the interactions of the characters that I don't want it to end. So I'm stalling, and usually I'm the kind of person that wants to like finish a book as soon as possible. So this is a testament to Bloodmarked. And I'm walking in a tunnel now, so I'm echoing, so I'm gonna stop, but I'm gonna go home and read now. Bye.
Here we go, guys. I'm gonna read 100 pages without stopping. And my laundry is very loud in the background, and I apologize.
Wait, no, I have something to say. Tracy! I have many things to say to you, but mainly there was a scene that I read last night that included Nick and Sel talking in Welsh to each other. I know it's important. I, like Bree, do not speak Welsh, and I would really like to know what they were saying and the temptation to go on Google Translate. I had to turn off Wi-Fi. Like, I had to separate myself from the ability to Google Translate. Laundry machine. I want to learn what they were saying when Bree learns what they were saying, but I also want to know right now what they were saying. Frustrated, but I kind of love the pain. Like, I like what you're doing, Tracy, but okay. Now I'm gonna finish.
What? Did she just turn into a dragon? Wait, what? Holy shit, she just turned into a dragon. Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is very confusing. This is like a dream sequence. Multiple people have been inhabiting Bree's body this whole time. But this time she's like lost control, but she's still kind of there. But then she's also like in a dream. So it's like she's possessed, but she's in a dream. But then she can be separated from her possessor in the dream. But then the other people are actually other people. But it's very confusing. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm drawn in. And I think she just turned into a dragon, so. No. I'm shaking. Was that coffee really strong, or Yeah, where's Alice? Okay. Is that the end? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. That was the end. Okay. I thought I had 10 more pages. Oh my God. Okay, let me move to a better space where I can talk about this. Hold on.
Hello, testing. I finished Bloodmarked. I'm doing my laundry. I really hope the microphone picks me up and not that. What do I even have to say about this? Oh my God. So, so many twists and turns. I will say there's just so many characters and so many layers to it that it is a little bit confusing. I will say that she does give us like a kind of family tree, and there's more stuff in the back of the book as well. So that's literally my only complaint, is just that it's quite complex for how fast it moves, and just kind of how much knowledge you need to kind of hold in your head to understand every step of that action. But that being said, so good. What else can I say? There were so many twists that like I didn't really expect. I'm speechless. So excited to see how this ends. I think that, kind of like I've already said before, I think that Tracy just can like talk about such deep, complex things and like fit them into this fantasy narrative, but it's like very real life, current event kind of things. Just so good, so powerful. Like she will just have these scenes where I'm just like, oh my God. And like I know that this wasn't written for me, and it was still like knocking me on my ass powerful. But to be a Black teenager in America, or really anywhere, but specifically in the States, to read this, I can't even imagine. Like, oh yeah, I love it. It definitely, though, like, full disclaimer, if you don't like dream sequences, this is really dream sequency. Or like she kind of goes into these trances, and like I said, at the end it was very confusing because I had kind of gotten used to her being able to communicate with Arthur, like in her mind, like, because she kind of shares a body with her ancestors, mainly Vera, and then with Arthur. But then at the end, like I said, it just became like Arthur took over, but Bree was still there. But then we went into this dream world, but Bree was still kind of conscious, and then she kind of separated, and then we see all of Arthur's people, but then we start talking to Merlin, and we realize Merlin is really Sel and Lancelot is really Nick, and they like try to wake Bree up, and it's just, it was a little okay. So I'm just so excited to see what's going to happen, and I was not let down at all. Usually, like sometimes in a trilogy, the second book feels like it's just a filler book to get you from book 1 to book 3, and this did not at all, and I just cannot wait. Oh please tell me it's coming out in 2023, because I would like it now, Miss Tracy, please. So anyway, yeah, that was Bloodmarked. If you've made it this far, I hope you've already read it and you're just here to watch how I felt and see if we matched. So if you haven't read it yet and I just spoiled everything for you, man. But yeah, leave comments down below what you thought. And yeah, okay, right. So I'll see you. I'm literally, oh my God. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. I am going to start another series that I don't know if I'll like, but you guys really want me to read it and I've seen it everywhere, so I will do that for you starting right now. And yeah, anyway, what a wild time. I'm so sad. I'm so sad that it's over, but I'm so happy that I read it, and I will see you guys hopefully next year, hopefully sooner than that. But like, take your time, Tracy, but don't take too much time, you know? Hopefully I'll see you soon to talk about the next book. I haven't actually heard Tracy say that it's a trilogy, so I don't want to fall into that trap of like thinking that the next book is the last book. So I'll see you whenever, okay? Thank you for being here. Let me know your thoughts. Have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go learn Welsh now. All right? Bye.